How was Mark tonight?
Oh, you know.
I don't. That's why we're asking.
No, calm,
Home.
Calm,
believe that.
stress-free, relaxed.
collected. Yeah, I'm all that.
And then some.
Yeah.
I don't.
All that in a bag of chips.
I'm not believing you for some reason, but
Well, I'm faking it till I make it. Oh, I got to turn on my live stream lights. Hold on.
Your volume's a little low too, Mark.
Why'd you have to tell him?
No, fair enough.
What do you got? Oh, yeah. What do you got there, Z? You gotta show that again.
I told you, dragon.
dragon, yeah.
See, it's dragon head.
Must be a space dragon if you're building it, right?
It's a space dragon, yeah. You guys got it right.
It doesn't have any orange in it, though. What's going on?
No, it's dark red. But Mark's already seen my dragon head, so he's not excited for it. But see, it's dragon's head.
It's looking really good.
Z said you're not excited.
Let's see where this is happening.
Meow.
Audio.
Meow. That's how they talk.
That is not how dragons talk, Z.
Yeah, it is.
You really should
No.
know better.
Still low.
Well,
They say
here,
meow.
I'll show you my dragon head.
Oh, yes, that one says meow.
It's a luck dragon.
That's a luck dragon.
It does look like Falcor.
Falcor was a dog, though.
I'm not sure this is helping me. I don't know
Falcor is a luck dragon. Wasn't a dog.
You
Okay.
scratched behind his ears.
Yes, you could.
All right, is that better?
Doesn't mean every animal you can scratch behind the ears of the
Mark,
dog.
if you got to crank your audio up just a bit more.
Yeah, I'm trying. This is. How's that? Is that better?
A little better.
It's not worse.
Or with Streamer,
All right,
you
let's-
can do automatically
Matter of
adjust
opinion.
volume.
All the way that it was on automatically adjust. Now it's on 200. So I think it's the Yeti mic itself. It's not letting me adjust anything right now. I don't know why. I don't know how to live stream.
Push the.
Mm.
If you push.
You're
the
new
little
to this,
button-
Mark. We
Yeah,
understand.
it doesn't change color, Ben. It just sits
Mine's
there.
now green, which I think means that it's not automatic.
Mine's pale blue, so it's just
Yeah. I don't know which one's the one you want anymore. It's too hard to know.
yeah. I've never seen it this color, so whatever.
Yeah. Luke asked Bricks asks, is it a dragon or a wyvern? Well, it's just the head, so who cares? It's neither.
It has a body.
It's a Nivern.
It has a body that skips leg day though, so
Yeah. Did you see my text?
I did.
It doesn't skip leg day, you liar.
Well, it looked the same to me, so I didn't know what your point was.
You gotta look closer.
Doing.
Zoom in.
Enhance.
Enhance.
It's not working.
Enhance.
Enhance.
Okay. It's got knees. Well, it's got
More pixels.
haunches.
Yeah.
More
Okay.
pixels.
Okay.
They didn't skip leg day anymore. That's the important part.
It does better.
Yeah, builds.
Yeah, it's much better. You're pretending like it's not because you're a
Oh,
liar.
Brick Dad. Good to see you.
Well, it doesn't matter because this is all you're gonna get to see till Brickworld. Dragon has head.
No, I like the base looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, I'm still working on that.
Yeah, I need some clear lift arms. And put in
Yeah.
that last minute Bricklink order.
Yeah,
It's not too late yet.
pretty late.
You sure?
I placed 3 Bricklink orders yesterday and a Lego order.
Yeah, I think I got one more Bricklink order coming in Monday with some stuff. So
Monday.
Got one coming into.
Monday. Oh.
All right, what was I doing?
What
I
were
don't
you
know.
doing?
We were trying to get some live stream lights.
No.
Turned on?
I mean, before that even.
Oh, yeah.
You said you were calm and collected, and you printed out a bunch of mock cards.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Moto, I love you.
I'm just trying to catch you back up. I'm here to help. I am here to help you.
Let's be quite clear. I did not print the mock cards. But when I said we, I meant Phoebe printed them.
Oh yeah, well the royal we, the royal we.
Anything that's done for Brickworld is 99% of it's done by Phoebe and David.
Yeah,
That's just how it goes.
I'm looking forward to helping set up the the hall again. I never do the official volunteer sheet, but I always go in there, and it's fun listening to those guys as they hang out. Yeah, Philip and Stephen, or Philip and Maria and Philip. God, when am I? I'm so tired.
It's like,
Maria and Philip,
even from a relationship that I knew.
No, Maria and Philip were helping out, I think, last year as well.
I'm gonna switch to my.
Those guys are kind of jerks.
Yeah, they're the worst, aren't they?
Yeah,
you are so nice, Ben.
I know. It's like, if I was gonna say like any of the Lego Masters that I dislike like a lot, is Philip and Maria.
Well, I'm glad I'm not on your list. That's a good thing.
I like you just fine, Moto. I
mean, but I build spaceships, so I don't know if you really do or not.
What do you mean? I build lots of spaceships. I love spaceships.
Yeah, the ancient alien version of spaceships.
But yet you build lots of castles and dislike castles.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I do dislike castles.
You are a quandary.
Why are you guys feeding the troll? Stop.
So Mark, you weren't here, but we determined that the strategic approach to growing the channel is to, number one, insult the chat, number two, insult the host, and number three, insult every person who stops by the stream.
Oh, okay.
That fine. Number three was never mentioned, Moto. You just made that up.
I'm just going by empirical evidence from this person right here.
I don't want to insult anybody, though. I like everybody in the chat.
No, not you.
Somebody comes in and I want to insult.
Not you. No, I'm telling you, it's his formula.
Oh, yes. Now I see. Sorry.
Yes.
I had a calculator over the screen, so I wasn't seeing. Yes, I've noticed that.
Oh, you haven't noticed anything.
Taco Tuesday.
There you go. See? Right there. The formula's at work. I'm telling you. The invisible hand.
Insult everybody equally, says Pandemonious Panda. Yeah, see? We're all about equity here. Dude Jude says,
generally.
Dude Jude, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Or maybe he's saying goodbye to Reed. Did Reed leave? Oh, he did.
I don't know.
Bye.
Oh, he did for critical.
Oh, he's got his D&D tonight.
Let me
his pointy swords and rolling dicing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Who likes that stuff?
Nerds.
My son does.
Nerds.
Yeah, you're right, Moto. There he goes again.
wasn't me that was being shamed. It was Kevin.
Not even 10 minutes ago, I was talking about how I'm
defensive?
making
I
D&D
didn't say it.
And shaming at the same time.
But it was me too.
Oh, was it?
No, it was Kevin. Jeez.
Wow.
Yuppers.
Yeah,
so yeah, besides hating Philip and Maria, anything else going on today out in Brickworld land, Mark?
8 plus 12. 20?
20.
Very good, Mark.
Mark's doing math.
Hey, Mark,
and you have a calculator too.
No, Mark asked.
I put the calculator away.
Oh,
go ahead. Spit it out.
Well, pulling out the big math then.
So we got the loose parts order from Lego on Wednesday, and I finally got a chance to go by. And is today Saturday?
No, Friday.
It's Friday.
So
even in Chicago,
I finally got to go to collate everything. Brian, the GBC parts are separated.
That's exciting.
And all the Gujic parts were there too. They actually didn't forget any parts this year.
What did you say about the GBC parts, Mark? I didn't hear you.
I got them ready for you in case you can take them home with you from Chicago.
I should have plenty of room. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right, so I got those.
Always room for GBC.
Yeah, but they were all there. That's good news. And Matt Husband is driving up to Gurney Mills tomorrow to drop off the Gujic parts with Dan Church, so he can build his Gujic.
What is Dan doing down there?
So he's meeting us halfway.
Oh.
So we don't have to drive all the way up to Milwaukee?
Wait, but Dan doesn't live in Milwaukee.
Where does he live?
He lives in Oshkosh.
Where the hell is that?
Or Fond du Lac. Sorry, Fond du Lac. It's like
what?
Hour and a half north of Milwaukee.
Oh, really?
Maybe he's down there for work or something.
We're only driving an hour. He's driving like 2.5 hours.
Well, he might be down there for work. I don't know.
Where are you meeting him? Kenosha?
No, Gurney Mills.
Jeez.
Oh, so 10 minutes from Kenosha. Oh, he's probably got a lug meeting tomorrow or something. That's probably why he's down there.
I don't know where Wisconsin is. Okay.
Sorry, there's Chicago and there's outside Chicago, right, Mark?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
the name of my Ferris wheel. Woohoo!
Chicago and
okay.
worthless. Yes.
Built
Dino.
that.
Dino wheel. Okay. Where's the dinos? I guess I missed them. I saw that it was big, but are there dinos too? There's a dino. What about that?
Just a statue out front, a little Dino Dino.
Oh,
All right.
I had to come up with a name.
oh no.
Fair enough. Hey, besides Philip and Maria, how much does Dan Church suck?
Jeez.
Just asking for a friend.
Makes me wonder
Is
how
your
much
friend's
I
name
can
Z
plan without
Cerberus?
Brian, are you concerned?
Not really.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I get slandered in my face enough that it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Got slandered. Got slandered right in the face.
Yay! And it's attached. That was easy. Now all I have left to do is build a ticket booth and then turn the thing in front of the Dino into a volcano.
Is that volume crazy now?
No.
Nope.
All right, good. I switched mics so I can go build.
Okay. That makes sense.
I think this is the first time I've built on this live stream.
You've been on this live stream a lot.
Yeah, but I never build. I just sit there and kibitz.
Kibitz.
Kibitz
You know,
Kibitz?
slander people.
means talk, and
Slander?
nosh means eat. These are words you use in a Jewish deli.
What is happening tonight?
That's in fact the truth. I'm not even saying anything.
For once,
inappropriate
you're
here.
telling the truth.
This is actually truth.
Mark, I have no idea what's going on anymore. either.
Right? Everyone
Hey,
lost
Mark,
their
and
damn
on a-
minds.
On a side note,
Side
I
note,
did put the
What about a
screen.
front
I
note?
did
What's
put
on
the
the front
screens in your bedroom.
you did the what and the what?
I put the
screens in
screens
your
in the
bedroom.
window in your bedroom.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. I love the Bonham's house. They have a gorgeous house in Fort Wayne.
Oh, Indiana.
Yeah, I know where that is. It's more important than Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
By far a better state. I always say that.
He's got multiples more shows in Indiana than he does in Wisconsin.
You
Yeah,
see
well,
where your priorities lie.
Milwaukee wants us to come back.
We
did.
The Wisconsin State. I'm sorry, the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds, not Kevin. The Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. does.
Speaking of coming back, I got an email from the Suburban Showplace today.
You did.
I did. I'm just
That
on
was
their
easy.
email list.
Yeah. Oh, just
It goes,
like just
it
junk.
goes to spam. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But they have a $230 million project they're going to be undertaking to add another hotel to the grounds to the west of the convention center,
Yeah.
and then a whole bunch of apartments and condos and stuff there and across the street, and a big footbridge over it. And I don't know what the hell they're up to, but
Jesus.
it looks pretty insane.
Yeah, they I heard from a reliable source that apparently BFL is done. And so what we were hearing about them mixing it with what's it called?
Jurassic Quest.
Is they're not selling off their pre-made models. They're just going to bring those pre-made models to Jurassic Quest. So it's not like they're going to mix it with Brickfest Live. They're like make it kind of like a hybrid show. They're just going to bring their Lego models to.
God, I hope they didn't spend a lot of money on that purchase. I'm sorry. I mean, I hope they did.
17. Yeah.
So they're trying to make a Reese's peanut butter cup out of the Brickfest Live and the Dino Quest.
Kind of.
Jurassic Quest.
Not even.
Jurassic Quest.
There actually was a show named Dino Quest at 1.2. It was a different show. That's all.
No, from what I understand, they're just going to have them there just to add to the shows to have something else for people to look at.
Because
not even
Jurassic
advertise
Quest
it.
sucks.
Yeah. And not even advertise it as like a Brickfest Live
Dino Quest hybrid.
Super hybrid.
Yeah,
And dinosaurs, man. Jurassic World's big on hybrids.
it is.
Yeah.
Loves
Is
them.
anyone even allowed to put comments up anymore now that Reed's gone, or does it just
Kevin's got it.
Brick Dead Builds is here? I said hi to Lou already.
Yeah, we have a
Ooh.
baby.
Together's
Green Bay.
here.
That's right.
Kevin said
Okay.
words. What'd he say?
We have some Bay Beach in Green Bay. That's a Lego event show that no one goes to because it's not Brickworld.
Oh,
Aw.
everyone goes to it up here. They never
Okay.
heard of Brickworld up here.
Oh, weird.
2, 4, 6,
Maybe you should do more work promoting it then.
17,
We get plenty of people that come to it.
12.
To Brickworld, that is, you goof.
I just counted it.
Or maybe you're
Yep,
just not
they
friends with
have
Mark
been.
anymore.
4.
Maybe that's the problem.
Brickworld Chicago's got to be the largest convention in the U.S. now by registered AFOLs, right?
It
I
has.
don't
That's what I've
know.
been saying for a while.
I guess so.
What's
Is it the
one-
largest in the world? How's it
It's
compared to
that-
Scareback?
I don't know.
I don't think Scareback is that
Scareback
big.
is limited to the amount of people they can let in due to space. So yeah, Brickworld with 1,800 convention goers is the largest in the world.
We are?
You
Largest
are
in the
Mark.
world? What about that big old one in Australia? It's
There
not
aren't
me.
1,800 people that live in Australia.
It's yes, there are 2.
No, so I always knew that like the stats were always like Brickworld has the largest number of registered AFOLs. Virginia has more public attendees because they pump the crowds faster. But between the two of them, I figured in the US the market is so massive that it would be
is
the
Brick-
largest in the world. Whoever's at
Is
top on top.
BrickCon the other big one?
No,
So I thought there were 3 of them, but I don't remember what the third one was. Brick Fair I knew was one of them.
BrickCon's the other big one, but they limit attendance, or at least they had in the times I was there, to like 350 people.
Oh, geez.
Again, they were space
really?
limited.
Yeah, Seattle was space limited, so they stopped growing, and they fell to maybe I don't know. Portland and Seattle are pretty close now, from what I've heard.
6, 8,
All sister cities.
11. Fuck.
Well, Portland keeps growing. That one I really like that show. I've just never been to the Seattle one.
I know people tend to the next one I hear the most positive feedback about is Brick Slopes, and I really want to get out there someday.
Yeah, come on over.
When is that?
The one in Utah's in the fall.
Oh, okay. What month?
One in Colorado just happened in April.
Yeah, the new one in Denver was in April, in the spring.
Oh, so they're doing 2 Brick Slopes a year?
Yeah.
How was attendance at the one in Colorado?
What was that? I couldn't hear. There was a lot of bricks being moved.
How was the public attendance at the one in Colorado?
It,
How was the public attendance at the one in Colorado?
it was okay.
First year,
It wasn't
man.
great. It wasn't great. For the first year, though, there were people coming through. I don't think the numbers were fantastic, from what I would guess.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. I mean, it was okay, but they were hoping for more.
You always do.
Okay, what am I doing now?
I've clicked on multiple of Brick Dad's comments. Brick Rodeo, Brick Fair, Brick Con, Brick Slopes, Brick Rodeo. How big is Brick Rodeo?
It's smaller
Yes,
than
man, I can see his comments.
it's medium sized. Is how I describe it.
It's adequate.
I liked it when I was there. I haven't been in years, so they might be growing and growing again.
Thanks a lot, Panda.
I do like it. I do like that one. That one's fun.
Oh,
I
you're
guess you're going to
asking-
settle. They're not going to bounce around cities anymore, so that one would really have a chance to grow. It's going to be more consistent. Well, they'll just pick one location now going forward. I just can't remember. I keep feeling it's like Austin, but my memory is horrible.
So what's everybody working on?
Oh, builds for the show coming up.
A cat.
Yay, cats.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Here, I'll
Yes.
show you. I just finished these up. I think you might recognize.
I actually don't.
You got one of these one year.
Did I?
Thanks for remembering.
I know, right?
Jesus.
My brain. Sorry. There's a lot I don't retain. Well, cool. Sorry.
No, every year I make a gift. I believe
Oh, cool.
last year you were on the list, and you should have had a little mech.
I
little
definitely
mech
didn't.
gift.
I definitely didn't see the mech. I
Oh my gosh.
did not make its way to me, or if you handed it directly to me, it ended up
did.
in some box. Dear Lord. Okay, I will have. I'm so sorry. So this thing happens after every show. It was Brickworld Chicago. Or
Yeah,
not.
I know. You're too tired.
And then my brain doesn't retain stuff as well as it used to either. And then the big thing is
Okay.
like things just get pushed into boxes, and there's so many boxes in storage that just need to go through. So I will keep an eye out for that as we are unloading the truck for Chicago, because I'll probably find it. I'll always get mine a year after you give it to me.
So it'll be a gray wrapping like this.
I will make sure that I put it in my suitcase this year. Like I will
It
walk
will have-
directly to my room and put it in my
Yep.
suitcase immediately.
You'll have a ribbon, I think. And then once you open it up, there will be an entirely handcrafted custom set experience for you to go through.
I definitely have
Something
not
looking like
seen
this.
that. Oh, I have not seen anything like that. So-
Moto, my
shit.
suggestion is that you put it in an envelope labeled for Mark and give it to Phoebe.
Yeah, that's probably the best
It's
way
too
to do
late.
it.
It was last year.
Well, I mean this year. I'm just trying to prep it.
No,
If you're going to give
no.
it another
No,
You
that's
get
the
one
deal.
this year.
People get the gift one time and then I move
Yeah.
on. I never go back and redo it.
How
So
makes
if it's
sense.
gone, it's really gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that effort in twice. Certainly not. Yeah, I was not expecting a regift of last year's if I can't find it. I'm sure
Well,
it
was
is
it last
somewhere.
year or was it 2 years ago? I have to
I
look at
don't
my
know.
notes because
I
my
don't
memory's
know.
also horrible.
You take notes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
started
There
taking
it is.
it's the only way I know that I haven't gifted people twice in a row because it happened once.
I can see that. That's a lot to keep track of. All right.
It sure is. I wish I could do nice stuff for people.
Someday, Mark.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I'm
here we
just-
go. Yeah,
I'm just stuck
Mark?
being the. Yeah.
I have it here. Mark from Brickworld.
Oh,
That
nice.
was last year.
That's
yeah,
my
I gave you
name.
Yours last year.
Maybe it was another Mark from Brickworld.
No, it wasn't.
No, had to have been me. Sorry.
That's all right.
At least I didn't try to fake it. Like, oh yeah, I recognize that. That's the
Hey,
thing.
Mark.
Yeah,
I
what's
just
up?
want to say you don't have to do anything nice for anyone. You put on Brickworld. That's nice enough to cover all the bases.
Again, Phoebe and David put on Brickworld.
Or maybe
I do nothing.
I was going to make some comment about Brian and Mark and their gift of Brickworld. So, but Brian beat me to it.
So going back to events, the only event I've heard this year that was up in attendance was Brickworld Indy. Every other event, public-wise, I've heard was down.
So, Brian, I don't want to jinx anything, but we're ahead of last year for pre-sales.
For Chicago, good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's very good. Yes, I agree.
Well, now you jinxed it.
I
Now you
know.
jinxed it.
I know. I shouldn't have said anything. Lots of good news I can tell you about, but that's all like.
Well, I hope it's well attended, man.
I really hope
goes
so
really
too. We definitely have 1,700 badged attendees, so we're doing real well with people who want to come. Hope we can keep it that way. Somebody suggested on a certain Lego live stream last week. I won't mention the name of the Dungeons and Dragons live stream that they said this on last week, but said that maybe Brickworld had flown too close to the sun.
What?
No.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Who said that?
I'm not gonna say names.
He's a
Interesting.
gentleman.
Say all the names that didn't say it.
Based on what?
I don't know. They didn't realize I was in the chat, and I immediately went in and said, "Excuse me." I'm like, did I melt Brickworld's wings off somehow? What's going on? And then they announced that I was there, and then that person
That
didn't
was
say
that.
anything anymore after that. Yeah.
There you go.
I was like, oh, I guess I should have been more subtle. I should have logged in as somebody else.
No.
One of my several alt accounts.
Huh.
Well,
Interesting.
I mean, well, people are going to have opinions, and it's my biggest fear is that we screw something up and lose all our goodwill. I have nightmares about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. You're doing great, man. Don't worry about
I don't.
it.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
yet.
think that's
Yet
gonna
is the
happen.
operative word.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. So too much people put in too much effort to try to make that a good show.
Just
No
keep
kidding.
keep the toxic people out, like Moto and Philip and
I was
Maria.
gonna say Philip Marie,
Wait,
right?
Almoto's toxic? You liked him before.
Wait,
Dan Church. Didn't
Dan
you
Church.
label him as toxic? Yes.
yeah, keep him
Did you-
out. He's toxic.
Did you see how quickly I got into his S list?
What's an S list?
You know what an
Uh,
S
His,
is.
his,
Oh, yeah,
Semantics
yeah.
list.
his
I
poopy
do
list.
know. You know,
His sunshine.
Yeah.
well, it's different in
Ted
Animal
Andes,
Crossing.
he's also one of those guys, big jerk.
Wow.
Never nice to anyone. He's so loud and boisterous and just in everybody's face. You know?
He
There's just
really is.
so many bad apples.
Oh man.
Good point,
Well,
Ben. Good point.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
for whatever I did to make you angry at me. I honestly don't know what I did.
Probably
No, you aren't.
I think you did the exact same thing that Dan Church did.
And that Philip and Maria
Ted
did.
did. Philip and
And
Maria
Ted
did.
did.
Yep.
You know how Ted is.
Yep.
What, just exist?
No, you're feeding the troll. That is the problem. You are feeding the troll, and that's the only thing you did. And with him, it's all you have to do is ask him a clarifying question, like what?
There's a clarifying question?
Yeah,
We-
what
and
is
we
a
were-
clarifying question? That's
we were
by
talking
definition.
We're talking about people who are nice that come to Brickworld, right?
I don't know what we were talking about.
I'm confused now. I don't remember. You notice how I didn't mention that Kevin is a super terrible toxic person.
noticed
I
that.
actually
He's
did
not.
notice that.
He's amazing. Never says anything negative ever.
Is this the opposite day? What is happening?
It's opposite moment whenever Ben decides to just go opposite.
Yeah.
It's troll behavior and everyone's rewarding it and you shouldn't be. He's just doing
Yeah.
it for attention.
hmm
Because Ben loves attention. He's a huge extrovert.
Yep. I say, look at me all the time. That's all I care
He's
about.
giving speeches constantly.
Yep. Up on top of tables.
Mm-hmm.
Usually,
Yes.
Regular
I
Hugh
got
Jackman.
I got a beer in each hand, and I'm just
Yeah.
I'm
How many-
MFing everybody.
How many times did security have to get you off of a table last year?
I know. I'm surprised I
All
haven't
of
been kicked out. I can't believe it.
Hey, Mark, I have a serious question though.
Oh, what? Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh,
This
no.
wasn't serious?
How's the layout coming?
That
Good.
well, huh?
Yeah, it's coming great. So we do have a record number of requests this year, 444,
You always say that.
Oof.
because we always do.
Yeah, actually, that it goes up every year, guys. He's not kidding you.
Yeah, I believe it.
Are you going to have to change locations soon?
There is no
Maybe.
place.
There's Donald E. Stevens Convention Center.
Yeah, but that's Union. You ain't gonna like that.
Union. It's Union.
And
No.
you got to pay
It's
for
not-
parking.
So yes, that's the big problem. I think we can get past the Union stuff because I've gone to McCormick Place with stuff for Tucker, and they need to carry it in. They need to set it up. I open the box and show them what it is, and they're like, "Never mind, you take it." So I'm sure we'd get past that part of it. The Union prices will be higher. We definitely have to have all our own audio equipment. They would have to set it up, so the price would go up considerably to get more space. Unfortunately, in Chicago, when you're talking about Suburban Collection Showplace, we can bring it to Novi and have 300,000 square feet.
You
But I
could bring it to Indianapolis and have 1 million square feet.
we could do the same in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But I
But
like
then you won't have the attention of Chicago as your public venue. Your public driving
I-
the tickets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's good shit.
Indianapolis draws more public than Chicago, actually.
Wow.
On average, yeah.
That's surprising. But
Indianapolis has been as high as 17,500 people for a weekend.
Yeah.
really?
Wow.
Wow.
Not the last 2 years though.
Oh, I
Chicago-
know.
Chicago blew it out of the water last year for sure.
So
But the,
basically, before Mark bought it, is what you're saying,
no, I think that was a
and
Brickfest
not
Live
one
thing.
time after, right? Oh, okay. Well,
I think that was a saturation of the market last
yeah,
year,
that'll no longer be an issue though. So
and it was
I guess
during
we'll
a
see.
year that like consumer confidence was down for extracurricular stuff.
oh yes, and it's just skyrocketing now.
Well, you know what's
Well-
weird? Because it's not an election year, and like people
It's
think
not
there's
as
like
bad.
a direction. It's not. No, it's not as bad at all.
That's good.
It's
50
very bizarre.
For the
Well,
first
that's-
time in 20 years, 50% of the population says the country is on the right track.
That's
So
weird.
Where are you
Yeah.
getting that?
Fox News,
that's
obviously.
a poll that was done recently by somebody.
Yeah, Fox News.
By anyway,
Miller.
anyway, anyway, the I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry, my brain just went blank.
Yeah, you're Blaine.
My brain went completely blank.
Blaine is a city in Minnesota.
You were talking about consumer
Featured in
confidence,
Waiting
Mark.
for Guffman.
Oh, I love that movie.
So do I. Hardly anyone knows of it.
I know it's the best of that that group's movies. Like people know like Best in Show, and some people don't even know that, but like no, I think so last year was a really bad year for public events across the board, no matter what you were doing. Like the jewelry show that happened next to Brickworld Holiday Joy, which officially is the worst Brickworld show on record. We had like 1,100 people come through the entire weekend. Really lost my ass on that show. That was the year Brickfest Live decided to do 33 shows.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so not only did they squeeze us out of places, they squeezed themselves out. And so it does.
Well, did I say, didn't they do 4 in the Chicagoland area?
I guess that's what somebody told me on Discord, and I was like, "What do you want me to do about it? Go torch them? Do you want me to go slash their tires? I will. If you want me to, just say it. All I need
Slash your
is
tires, baby.
an alibi." Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I think they slashed their own tires. Is my point.
I got to
that was
leave
the
for
point I
about
was
10 to
going for.
15 minutes, but I'm just going to leave the stream on. Sound good?
You're gonna. Oh, sure.
Okay. I'll be back.
Okay. Bye.
Whatever, dude.
I was like,
Who put that guy in charge?
Reed.
Wow.
I should be watching Critical Bricks to see if anybody says anything nasty about Brickworld again.
Yeah.
People are gonna
Bluegrass-
do that.
Bluegrass Bricks says Louisville, Kentucky needs a show. Now I'm starting to wonder who this Bluegrass Bricks guy is.
That's a great
Louisville had a brick universe, doesn't it?
I don't know.
name. Does Brick Universe still
If
go
I have
every
to end
3
the stream,
years?
I will.
But I know
Okay.
Ted is
It's
in
streaming.
Louisville, isn't he?
I'm co-streaming it, so we can just continue it on my channel.
Okay, cool.
I would love to go to Louisville.
Brick Universe and Convention MIA.
There's a couple, Mark. There's a couple of good venues in Louisville. You can go out to the fairgrounds, which is just south of downtown. That's a huge place. It's a great place to do stuff.
You know why I like
And then-
fairgrounds? Because
What's that?
you know why I like fairgrounds? They're reasonably priced, and we get state police.
And
Oh, really?
like go to the other
Yeah.
choice. You go downtown to the convention center, which I think parking is more difficult, just like Indianapolis.
Just like
Parking is
Indy,
more
yeah.
difficult.
Oh, that
So-
was my point earlier. The big thing about Donald E. Stevens Convention Center is it like, yeah, there's like 3 hotels attached. There's like a mini village there. There's shopping, there's restaurants, there's like it'd be great for people to like come and travel. But I think it would squeeze out a certain demographic income wise, because to stay at the hotels, it costs like $30 a day to park there. It would cost you more to park there than it costs for the for your registration, although registration would probably go up.
Mhm.
For us to be able to afford
Yeah, you
it.
can
So it-
you can keep parking less than registration, Mark. I can explain how to do that.
Yeah. Well, and it's a new relationship to forge too, and we have a great relationship with Renaissance.
Yeah, I love that place.
God, so do I. But it is the only
I'm just worried you're maxed out.
It's the only venue in Chicago that's that big that isn't Union.
That isn't in
Isn't
Chicago. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't want to bring people to McCormick Place, although there is similar. There's 3 hotels attached to that, 2 or 3 hotels attached to that. It's right on the lakefront. It's right by Grant Park.
Yeah, the
accessible to a
parking
lot of
there's
things.
$50 a day.
And worse, it's just like if people wander off in the wrong direction, they're gonna end up very quickly in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah. Truth. Yeah, and then there's the question of what to do with trailers and all this other crap.
Well, that's a good thing about these venues. The Union venues in the city, they have trailer parking even in the city. They have them in their parking garages.
Okay.
So you would have that. God only knows what they'd charge for it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
So the Renaissance is adding a go-kart track and a parking garage. That was supposed to be done by the time Brickworld came around, but it's not, and the parking lot is all torn up.
Oh, you're shitting me.
I'm not. I wish I was. I shit you not. The west end of the building, which is the opposite end of the convention center side, but still, it should be interesting to see what they're going to do with parking. So, yay! Fun times. Fun times are had by all. Ah.
Hey, if you can, Mark, put me on the list for one of the valet passes this year, please.
I'll do my best.
That's it.
It's good to hear your voice, by the way. I don't talk to you enough anymore.
No, it's been. You can call me offline. I'll explain what's been going on around here.
Oh, I thought that was more on me.
No, this one isn't.
Aw. I hate sad stuff. Sad
Yeah.
stuff makes me sad. Uh-oh.
Oh. Well, we've been, and it's sad stuff, and on top of that, we've been traveling. We've been traveling almost every weekend for dog competitions.
Are Zoe
Because
and Zelda both in them, or just
They are. They are both. They are
No
both
way.
in Frisbee now.
the bull?
Um,
You have the cutest dogs.
Jude, I
and-
suspect you are correct.
The reason we're doing the traveling is Kathy wants to get qual. We went to the championships in Alabama this year, and we spent a week down there. And on the way home, Kathy looks at me in the car and she says, "I was bored. I want to be qualified to play some games next year." so
you
since she
go.
can't play in the Tuesday night league because she works, we're
Oh.
traveling around to these weekend events so she has chances to get qualified.
Oh, nice.
So she's getting there.
So you guys are enjoying your retirement at least.
We're trying, yeah.
You're doing well. I'm so glad you guys got a dog. I know that makes Kathy very happy. 2 dogs.
It does. And
Kathy
the second
deserves
dog
some
makes her
happiness.
happier and me sadder. So
I know you said that. You're like, yeah, we got a new dog. I think it was a mistake. I was like, wait, what? What? I just learned about this dog, and now you're calling that dog a mistake.
Zelda is going to be better at Frisbee than Zoe, I think, in the long run, if she's
Really?
motivated for it.
Right. If Zoe's there to watch her.
That's right. If Zoe's there to watch, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that helps at all.
The sun rises and sets on Zoe for her, is what I've seen.
Pretty much, yeah. That's still true. If I try to play Frisbee, and Kathy's not holding one of the dogs, I've got to throw Zelda's first. Otherwise, she is running Zoe down. She runs as fast as Zoe now, by the way.
Yeah, not surprised.
And she runs Zoe down and chomps down from above on Zoe's neck. It's hilarious. And Zoe's like, "Just get off me. I'm going after the Frisbee."
Dogs are the best. All right, let's check the pre-sales.
Mm-hmm. While you're doing that, yes, this is being dual streamed now to also the Brickworld channel.
It is, and we can't bring up your comments because we're locked into Reed's.
Right. But there might
streaming
be,
right now.
depending on how you're watching it, you may or may not be able to see the comments that are being made on the Brickworld channel on the Friday Night Bricks channel.
Correct.
So that's what some people are commenting on. Second thing, we got to figure out who this Bluegrass Bricks is.
Yeah, who
Because
is
I
it?
suspect they know Ted. that jerk Ted, based on what I'm seeing in here. So maybe they can deliver a message from me to Ted, which is, Ted, your builds are never good, and I don't like you.
We are
Jeez,
we're
scorched earth, man.
You know, he won the theme award a few years ago.
Did he? Why? That guy never builds anything cool.
Seasons. He made the lenticular mosaic that was duck season and rabbit season.
Oh, I love that. So we're co-streaming this, and Reed is basically in charge. So we don't have the ability to bring up your comments on our stream of this, which our chat is very used to us bringing up and commenting on every comment that comes up. So Ben, thank you for calling that out, because I'm building.
Yeah. I know it. Bluegrass bricks at Z Cerberus. So yes, apparently Bluegrass is sending my message to Ted.
Yeah, he
Make
tied
sure
it to
he
an owl's claw.
understands the exact verbiage I used, which is he never builds cool stuff. I don't even bother looking at it, quite honestly.
Hey, Mark.
Yes.
Because you're always so busy when the convention starts.
I know.
What?
So one of the things I was told is we always want to check with you before we cosplay our stuff out in the public. Do you mind if I do the public walk right before opening again this year?
Oh, that'd be great. I fully endorse that.
Yeah, no one's ever had a problem with it.
That's
But
really
I like
helpful.
to go out. Well, I like
Because
to go out
Yeah.
because people are like 30
Thank
minutes
you.
in advance. You go out if you're wearing a crazy cat mask and
Yeah.
people get excited and they want to take pictures of it, it takes their mind off the weight.
Exactly. And no, I appreciate that a ton.
Okay, good. I'll consider it approved.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a 100% approved.
Good. Thank
And
you.
this year they should actually have both sets of doors open to let people in from both parking lots, so that we don't have a line that wraps around the building.
That was nuts.
Don't get me started on that. Bluegrass Bricks time-stamped this feed. Why? What do we do? It's you, Ben.
It's
He
just so they can
timestamped it
deliver
and
the
sent it to
message
Kit.
to Ted. Yep. Yep.
Causing trouble.
Yep.
That's
I
why
don't
why we call him-
remember anything about Ted's bird creature mock from last year, like the steampunky world. I don't remember anything about it. It had a cool No, it didn't. It had terrible everything. I didn't even look at it.
That's why we call him Z Trouble Cerberus.
No one calls me that.
Yeah, we do.
But he only brought like one thing last year, so now he's probably going to bring like 6 this year. Bluegrass Bricks says Ben. I say, yes, Bluegrass Bricks. They're just talking at me here. Green Samurai Bricks here says, yo yourself.
Hello, Green.
That would be
Samurai.
yo.
Thanks
just
for joining
one
us
big yo.
tonight.
Yeah.
I wish we could play some songs.
Yeah,
So-
that'd be fun.
So I went over to hang out at Kyle Peterson's house a few weeks ago.
How'd that go?
Oh, lovely. He gave me this big bag of Brickforge mushrooms. That you can see there, a pile on the table.
I remember those.
They were apparently samples because they don't stick to the studs.
Oops.
V Mac Attack is here. He says, "Hello, ladies."
Yeah, that's all we are.
If you guys don't know Ted Andy's work, I just dropped in the chat a link to an Instagram post for Brickworld Chicago of his work from last year. It's my favorite angle of it.
I don't
It's
think you did.
I did, though.
Okay.
It is true. And it has a link to his if you go to the post on Brickworld's Instagram, there's a link to Ted Andy's Instagram. So you can see what a prolific and amazing builder he is. And deep down, I really do believe he's a good guy.
Can you share stuff, or are you locked out, Mark?
I'm not locked out.
Is it just Kevin who could share things?
Yes, it is only Kevin.
Jerk. So yeah, I'm looking at this disgusting thing that Ted built. That is definitely ridiculous.
Yeah. Ridiculously good. That's what you meant, I think.
I mean, that's what you said, yeah.
No, that's what you meant.
I didn't say that.
I know. That's why I said that's what you meant.
Yeah,
That's the
I think-
dichotomy of the two words that we used.
that's true. So he brought one thing, which is a big long mock, and there were like 4 different things on it that got nominated for awards
Uh-huh.
because the little creatures were cute. They had all kinds of cute little, I mean, terrible things on them that nobody liked.
Oh, is that what you
So,
meant?
yeah.
It's hard to tell
So then-
sometimes what you mean
I don't think so.
versus what you say.
Jazzy
No, it
Viking
is.
Brick says, "Hey Lego Bros."
Oh!
Hey Jazzy.
JVB, what's up?
Good news, Jazzy. Because you are here on the Friday Night Brick stream, we can't accidentally ban you.
We have no control. We can't bring up your comments. We can't play your song.
Yeah, we can't accidentally ban you.
Ben, what other member of the Tainted has a song dedicated to them?
Well, we've got Mark, because we got Mark's Gotta Go.
I'm not a member of the Tainted.
Brick Dad Builds has his own song that he wrote that we play.
That's true. That's his walk-up song, yes. Brick Dad Builds, will you co-host with me on Sunday until Ben gets back from his grandmother's funeral?
Yeah.
Please?
Let's see here.
What was I doing?
Let's see. Cheap as Brick says, "What's up?" Viking Brick says, "Larry." I don't know why we're talking about Larry. Friday Night Bricks is apparently commenting in here, even though he's not here.
How's that even possible?
I don't know.
Cheap? Who's cheap?
Let's see. Mark said,
Oh,
Mark
cheap
is
as
adding
bricks.
traffic. I need co-hosts that don't play D&D or get more seats at the table in StreamYard. Yeah, I don't know who you
Yeah, what's
assigned
up?
these to, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, stop sending me the invite and send me admin controls, and I'll do that
Yeah,
once every 2 months.
yeah. Let's see here.
A wise man once said about Mark, you think he drink water like a
Like
great,
a great
white,
white
shark.
shark. Yeah. Oh, Brick Convention in Brick Convention Louisville.
Louisville,
Gotta say Louisville.
Louisville.
Had Ted as a master Lego artist.
Ooh,
How cool is that?
A masturbator artist? What'd you say?
That's not what I said at
well,
all.
that's
Kentucky-based
probably
award-winning
exactly-
Lego artist.
Ooh,
How cool is that?
he has won awards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute this while I dig for these 1x4s. Why is it so hard for me to find 1x4s of every color?
I don't know.
Good question. Bluegrass says he's on Team Ted. Okay, see this Bluegrass guy. I got a feeling. Sorry. And I guess we'll see what the next version of New Hashima brings, since everyone who builds for that is a jerk too, Moto. I mean, just in general. So
Wait, what? All I heard was New Oshima and then my name.
yeah, everyone who builds for that collaboration is just a jerk.
Well, thank God I built for Neo Atlanta.
Oof, good.
Wait, is that coming this year?
No.
Okay, I thought so. That was the rumor I heard, is that Neo Atlanta is no longer coming to Brickworld.
No.
Aw.
Pink
Saves
Wheels
us
is
some
coming.
Days.
Yeah, Pink Wheels is coming, but I mean, if you contact her, she couldn't do it.
Quos. Okay.
I'm bringing my little things that I built for it, though. They're
Yay.
behind me. I just have to box them up.
Oh, that's the hardest part.
It's the hardest part. I thought waiting was the hardest part.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
too.
figuring out how to pack up this Ferris wheel is going to be the hardest part.
Nope, but I've heard it's waiting.
It's waiting.
Only if you listen to Tom Petty.
And why wouldn't you listen to Tom Petty?
Heart, not just listen to.
Because he's dead.
So? You can't listen to an artist because he's dead? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Well, you can listen to his recordings. You can't listen to him.
What's the difference?
One's with him standing there.
Fabulantis 2026 Hawkeye Lego Man
Oh.
asks.
Alex Neer is here.
Alex Neer is here. Recent graduate Alex
Alex
Neer.
is here. What?
Alex Neer is here. Hawkeye
Mr.
Lego Man. He loves
Sneer.
Hawkeye. He loves Lego. He's Hawkeye Lego Man.
Why is he always sneering at us?
You know,
Huh?
Alex Sneer.
Alex Sneer.
Mr. Sneer,
Sneer.
as we call him.
The X in Alex and the near in near makes a sneer sound. Let's see.
So is his name Alex Neer or is it Alex Neer?
I think it's Alex Sneer.
I think so too. Mr.
Yep.
Sneer, as we call him.
Yeah, the Sneer. The Sneer Man.
Ooh, I,
Son of a gun.
Hawkeye Lego Man says he's always near. Alex Sneer is always near.
I like that.
Never far. He's always near. And if anyone's curious, he does in fact love Hawkeye and Lego. I have a Hawkeye Lego Man sig fig. Look at this. Here it is.
Ooh,
How
fancy.
cool is that?
That is very cool.
It's like a phoenix head and a two-tone sweatshirt, and he's got, I don't know why he has a white bow and black arrows, but it's all good. I don't know. It's pretty cool. He hangs out right on my little trophy shelf up here, along with a couple of goats. So, I need some more stuff on this build.
Oh wow.
This is a build with not enough stuff.
So
Let's-
close and yet so far away.
See what else people say. Jesse Viking Brick says, "Oh, okay. I thought it was a MASH reference. I was about to say the same thing actually." And Hot Lips Houlihan died.
Yes, she
yesterday.
did.
Yeah.
We said,
What a swit.
and also when we were talking about Mr. Neer, I was thinking about Jamie Farr. So there's a lot of MASH going on right now.
Near
I'm
and
related
far.
to Jamie Farr.
In what way?
It's marriage about 4 generations back by blood.
Nice.
Marriage by blood. That's confusing.
Well, I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah.
Maybe not in Indiana. Sorry.
Well, no, I guess I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
You got there
Ben,
first.
I'm going to twist your brain for a second.
Yeah.
My grandfather, last name Bonahum, married my grandmother, whose maiden name was Bonahum.
Okay. Good choice. It's one of those
That
states where you
family
can marry
tree
your
does
first
some really
cousin.
weird things.
Yeah. Hawkeye Lego Man asked, does that make me a goat too? Because he's on my shelf with 2 goats? I guess so. It makes you at least as good as a goat. Any good finds lately? Cheap. Why is Friday Night Bricks trying to get us back to talking about Lego?
Reed is just like texting with cheap.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Like get your phone out
Yeah.
and
What
text
are you
with
doing,
cheap.
man? Yeah.
Yeah, you're not on the show.
You're not on the show.
Not your show
It's no
anymore.
longer your show.
No, no, it isn't. No.
Yeah.
What do you think is happening?
This show now belongs 44% to Moto, 16% to Mark, and 40% to Brian.
Why?
Yeah, and,
Okay.
and
Do
Kevin
that
has
math.
that final 1%.
I don't know why
There was no
40%
1% because
What belongs to me? I don't want it.
I gave you less than half, Brian. Don't worry.
Okay.
Brian
I'm
gave up.
retired.
Essentially
I
in
don't-
charge.
I am the guy with no responsibility.
Brian gave up on owning anything.
Yeah.
Well, and then oddly enough, Mark, I was talking to Kathy about starting a new business last weekend. That thought lasted about 5 minutes and it was gone.
What was this one going to be? Brian, what was this new business going to be?
Doing so.
Oh,
What our dogs do is a marketable thing. So we could in theory get paid to take them to festivals and do little dog shows with them doing agility and catching the frisbee and all this.
yes. Dog talent agencies, like they could do commercials. Like every beer commercial needs a dog catching a frisbee.
Well, Sam Forker's wife, Eileen.
I love Sam Forker.
So his wife, their bulldog, may he rest in peace.
And by
had
the way,
a,
he's He's a
had an
Bostonian.
Instagram channel, and he made a ton of money
Yeah.
just having an Instagram channel. So, if I was at all capable of doing social media in a good way, we could probably do that with Zoe and or Zelda, and people would follow.
Whatever do you mean by that? Like you can't do social media in a good way, or you just don't understand social media?
No. So it's kind of a dilemma around here.
Yes.
If I want good videos of the dogs, I have to take them. But in order to get the dogs to do the things you want good videos of, I have to be throwing the frisbee. So it's a quandary. Kathy can do neither. She can't throw the frisbee correctly for him or video very well. So.
You need either a frisbee thrower, or you need a tripod that follows the action, because they have those that track where the dog is moving.
That's an interesting concept. So I wanted to do that with a drone, but turns out when I start the drone up anywhere near the dogs, they flip out.
Yeah, that'll happen. That's Orion's best friend hates drones and kites.
Kites. All right.
And sometimes a surprise kite will come up at the park that I don't realize people are putting together. I'll just turn around, there's a kite in the air, and Cheeto's just gone. Cheeto's like, I hate that fucking thing. I hate it. She's screaming at it. She's trying to bite it. And it's like, if it comes down to the ground, she's gonna kill it. I've known her for 3 years, and she's killed 2 kites under my watch.
Oh.
Oops.
Yeah, well, I was like, well, what are you doing in the dog park? It's not a dog park. We're actually out in a big human park in Chicago. And our dogs are off leash, and a lot of people have problems with that.
Is that like a people zoo?
It is. Oh my God, people zoo. Hey, Ben.
Not happening yet?
No, but you know what I really want?
What?
Balloon Land.
Tell us what you want that you really, really want.
Balloon Land and the Pointy Things place. Moto, funny you should say that. Because there's something I say to Orion when we're going to the park that gets a Spice Girls song stuck in my head. And I'm not a huge fan of them. I find their music irritating.
Lies.
Which one is it?
I am 100% positive that all gay men love the Spice Girls.
Right. You know how many times a week my card is revoked for the things that I don't like that gay men are supposed to like?
How many times? I want to know now.
19.
Mark, you are the most non-gay gay man I've ever known.
Yeah.
What?
I get it all wrong. I do all the wrong stuff.
He does all the wrong stuff.
Yeah. He did music.
So he's right there with
tunes. Like, who is this guy?
Basically,
you're not. Tunes.
You're just saying you're not a stereotype.
That's yes. It's more that.
Saying, yeah.
Mark is definitely not a stereotype.
As I sit down and do this, yes.
Well, yeah.
I gay when I can. Yes, I'm not a stereotype. Thank you for noticing.
I need that on a T-shirt. I gay when I can.
What's up, stereotype?
Nothing, Kevin.
Oh, it's Kevin's back. All right, well, I'm out.
All right, sorry, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Jackass.
Anyway,
we're still here though because we love you. So
thank you.
Spice Girls.
You're
what
welcome.
was getting stuck in your head?
I can't think of it.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want.
No,
tell us what you want.
Is that it? Not it, Mark?
No, because why would I say that to Orion when we're going to the
I
dog
don't know.
park?
That's the only damn Spice Girls song I know.
Right?
Wannabe. There's a song called Wannabe. I don't remember how it goes though.
I think that's the one. I think they had another one called Spice
To
World.
become one.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Orion, what do I say to you when we're going? Oh, I can't ask that full question because she'll think we're going to the.
Yeah, because
PARK.
you've trained,
don't say the
trained
thing.
her.
Yeah. What do I say? Anyway, well, good thing because I don't want that song stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm always going to the car going like, why is there a Spice Girls song stuck in my head? And I finally realized the other day, I was like, oh, because you say this to Orion every time you go to the park. Oh shit, I said it. Oh, she's looking around like, how on earth?
Oh,
She's looking at the windows going, how
This
could
isn't
we
the
go
right
there right
time.
now?
This
Exactly.
is confusing.
Not my office.
She's smart enough to know That daddy's just being dumb. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, sweetie. Who's a good baby? You know, Ben, what else we can't do is share a second camera when
I
Reed's in
know.
charge.
I know. Hey, Kevin, are you
gonna-
actually able to do things like share screens if you put them up into the green room?
I don't know.
Bong. What was that?
I probably can. What did you want me to do?
I
Bring
was
up
going to put
comments
up
and like.
my screen, and then you could share it so we could talk about how stupid Ted is.
Oh yeah. That's no.
Well, see,
you're-
okay, maybe you can do it. Okay, not me, but here I'm going to present. Share screen.
That old chestnut.
This thing. Share this.
That old chestnut.
Share this, Kevin. Share what I got up there. There we
Odo,
go.
I wish I had met you before I owned Brickworld so that we can actually like hang out.
Yeah.
Now
And
he
I could,
can't. He's above you. He owns Brickworld.
I'm not above anybody. I'm below everyone because I can't be
You
part
said
of the
below.
show that I own.
Yeah, he doesn't have the time. He's saying.
Yeah,
So
that's
here's-
Ted's work. His work
So
with
here's Ted.
Mr. Church and that futuristic ocean world is still my favorite build they've done.
Oh my god, who invited this guy?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
That's it. We're done sharing.
Ted's a bad person, and he's not nice. And you can't talk to him about his builds because he doesn't interact with you. And he's not a Southern gentleman at all. Okay. So here is this disaster that he put up with these disgusting fly wings as a canopy.
Love
Like,
this.
Seriously, who does that?
Ben, why are you saying these things? I love this so much.
This is
Yeah,
like,
you
like-
would love this, Mark.
yeah,
You
this is
know-
like a steampunk air
I,
traffic controller land spot thing.
Why are you
kind of
trying to
thing.
categorize it? Why are you trying to put him into a box here?
I don't know.
Why are you
I
trying
don't
to
know why I'm
pigeonhole
doing that.
Ted Andes?
I don't know why I'm doing that to him. But look how silly it is. Like it
He's
doesn't
saying
make
he's
any
the
sense.
he's the most awesome Lego builder ever, just like you're the most not gay guy ever.
That's a good. Thank you for clarifying that for me.
Sort of. That might be partially right. I'm not sure. I'm actually, but there it is. So that's
Wait,
that's
who's
thing
gay?
from last year.
You are.
Oh,
Harsh.
Surprise. Why is that harsh, Ben?
Surprise to
yeah,
everybody.
come on, Ben.
I would say
That's
Kevin
nice.
was fine with it. What's wrong
It
with
was-
you?
It was harsh how quickly you called him out on that. As far as I know, that's his story to
We've
share.
known each other for like 10 years, Ben.
Okay, even so,
Longer than that.
I've been waiting for you to call me out on that.
at least
this-
13 years.
Ted uses weird parts like me. I'm digging
yeah.
this dude.
Yeah,
Kevin, you met Ben in person for the first time in 2012.
2012.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct, yep. But I met Ben online in 2010, roughly.
I would say long before that.
Yeah.
Guild
here-
of Historica.
Don't kill.
Here's his
The
stupid
guilds,
face.
man.
Look at that. Doesn't he just look like he's mean? Look at him.
That's
Look how mean he looks.
I'm starting to feel really dirty about this. He's the sweetest man on the face of the fucking planet, man.
Watch your language when you're talking about the sweetest man.
I don't know,
Oh, I'm
man.
sorry.
I think
Well,
this is
he's
the,
Southern.
Not to
so
be
he
confused
does
with the Swedish man, but I don't know if he's going to be there this time.
He's Southern, so he speaks French.
Does he have a rabbit named Svut?
What?
What are we?
I do not
we're
get
not-
that reference
know of.
at all.
What is happening?
What is
There's
happening?
I don't even
You
remember what the
confused
commercial
everybody.
is, but they have a lucky rabbit's foot, and some Swedish guys there. I'm Swedish. My rabbit's name's Foot. Svut. Never mind. You obviously don't know the commercial.
Was
Must
this a
be
commercial?
funny.
We don't.
Was
And this is a Kentucky
was-
Derby mock that definitely
Oh, yeah, that
didn't
worked.
work.
Hold on.
It definitely didn't work, and the horses definitely didn't race.
Ryan, was this commercial during
Oh.
Law and Order?
Here they go. See, look how this isn't working.
You know, I
You're definitely
think
not
every
racing.
time I turn Law and Order on now, Mark.
Which is every 5 minutes. So you think of me
No.
all the time.
No, it's not.
Dun, dun.
Though I will tell you, I was watching
Ding, ding, ding,
the
ding,
latest
ding, ding.
episodes of Law and Order Organized Crime just before I got on this call.
Oh, Law and Order OC?
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, so there we go. That's what I had to share about
Oh.
that
Share
jerk named
the,
Ted
you're
that
not
nobody
going to
likes.
share his futuristic water world?
There's nothing else to
Nope.
see.
Oh,
That's it.
so wrong.
There's nothing else to see. Plus,
Frog is wrong.
it's not on here, so don't worry about it. So anyway,
Oh man. So Mark, I don't
Yeah.
think we could have hung out because I built my
Too many
first
reasons
mock.
to go into.
No, I only built my first mock in 2017. I haven't been doing this very long.
Okay. I didn't buy the company until 2019, so
You missed
Oh.
your 2-year window, Moto.
Yeah, there was that.
Yeah.
There was a slight window. Yeah, I didn't start going to Lego conventions till after I was on Lego Masters. I'd never.
oh
been.
really?
you were
Yeah.
on Lego
Oh,
Masters.
but you were on here before Lego Masters, Moto, weren't you? On Friday
That
night.
Auger, you
Absolutely,
calm your
yeah.
ass down. You drop that troll pill right now.
Wait,
It's like
what did he?
talking to Reed about Colorado.
No, sorry. What? I didn't
He's-
hear. I didn't hear.
He said you were on Lego Masters.
Oh, was I?
Hopefully not the same season as Philip and Maria, because they're the worst.
I have some really bad news for you, man.
What's that?
I was on the same season as Philip and Maria.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And Ben, he won.
What? Awesome! Good job. Good job.
I won having something implode on a stage, which is kind of pulling a moto, so it was very on brand.
Oh my god.
I have heard about
Yeah, you did
Moto.
crash tests before that.
Yeah.
I pulled a moto on national television. I mean, who
That's
else gets to do
awesome.
that?
I didn't even think of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's got his own verb.
Was that the earthquake table?
No. The hat challenge. The
Oh,
earthquake thing-
right. Sorry.
No, we made it up
Your
to
season
we made
was
it up to
fun.
11. We made it up to 11, dude, on that Richter scale. We almost beat
That's
the
right.
machine. We almost beat the machine.
I want to say something about season 2.
Mhm.
Season 2 was
Pretty
my
good.
favorite.
Good for
Pretty
you.
good
Let's move on to a different subject.
The
That's all
reason
you need.
Rude.
the reason it's my favorite is because it seems like that was the cast that somehow circumvented the producers and were like actually themselves and real people, because it's hard for me to watch the show because it feels like it's overproduced to me. Anyway,
I thought season 1 was good too that way.
Season
No.
one's amazing.
are you kidding me? I feel okay. Season 1, yes, amazing, great builds. great,
They broke the production with the bridge challenge. They beat the
But-
show. No one's
which
beaten
is-
the show before.
all amazing. Well, my problem with season 1 is like every confessional, every time they're talking to one of the teams,
Oh,
they seem borderline scripted.
oh, okay, yeah.
And I can't stand that.
So I don't know how much attention anyone's paying, but we got a Brickworld attendee on season 5.
We do. We have Liam.
Yes, we do.
Is it
Luke Horvath
Luke Horvath? That's his name.
and his mom.
Yep.
Excellent.
I want to say this is the
Oh,
least.
Rob.
I want to say this is the least amount of Brickworld attendees we've had in a season with this show. Actually,
Wait, what?
with this season, I think it's the least amount of Brickworld attendees that I've seen in a cast.
Yes,
Oh, okay. I didn't understand your. I get it. I get what you're saying there.
Remember, Moto, with Mark and Brian, it always comes back to Brickworld.
Well, it should.
Kevin. Sorry that we're annoying you.
I didn't say that.
Well, you know how they found a bunch of the people for like the first season of Lego Masters.
Yeah, they
They
called
went
me.
They went to the attendee list online.
Oh,
And
okay.
started calling people randomly. It's like, seriously? That's how Tim Kroll and Zach Kroll got picked up.
Is it?
Yep.
So I talked to the producers
Huh.
in season 1 a lot, because Tim Lighty and I had auditioned together, and they
Wait, you auditioned with Tim?
they rejected us because I worked for Legoland,
Wow, that was stupid.
and then they repeatedly, what was stupid, them rejecting me or me auditioning with Tim?
Them rejecting the two of you.
So they said it was because I worked for Legoland, and then they started like messaging me often to find out if I could hook them up with other people they could put on the show. Which, you know, life
Well-
goes that way. Like, luckily, I was an actor in a former life, so I'm like, I understand how casting goes. I understand how like production works. So I never took it personally. But that is the story.
Well, Mark, thanks for liking our season the best. I
Oh
thought
my
it was
God,
a
I
good-
loved it.
I thought it was a
That's
really good
my
season.
favorite season.
Well, so I watched the first season on mute because I wanted to see them build, but I didn't want to hear them talk because I just felt they were like, and I don't think it was the people. It's not the people at all. I think it was the producers trying to make it like trying to make it appear a certain way, trying to be really funny, trying to force drama in places, and I just couldn't listen to it. And it was so refreshing to watch your season because like to me, they had different producers who were letting you be yourselves, or you guys were better at like taking their direction and still being yourselves at the same time. And I don't think there's been a season like that since, unfortunately. And that's why I liked it so much because you guys were real.
There was also, oh yeah, I can say this now. So one of the things that was more behind the scenes and the production staff didn't even know this was that when they announced the final cast, in private, I threw out there, hey, why don't we make a pact that every team will not say anything horrible about another team? Just blanket statement. We can say whatever we want about the challenge. Everybody hates the clock. The challenges are grueling, but the drama should come from the challenge. It shouldn't come from us crap talking other teams. And everybody said, yeah, we're all friends now. So that was one of the things that held from the beginning of our show, at least. That was one of the wholesome things that I liked, was that it was whenever they asked the open-ended questions in the interviews or this or that or the other, or they try to, get a response, it was always like, oh, no, Philip and Maria are amazing. I love these guys. And
now we can say the truth. Philip and Maria suck, right?
no. No, but they'd ask questions about, what do you think about Brian and Lauren? I was like, oh yeah, don't let the good looks fool you. Those kids know how to build. They're really great.
Yeah.
And so, I thought that was kind of part of that Lego Masters brand, was that wholesome family watching experience too.
Yes, I would like that to continue. I wish that were a continuous thread.
But
it seems to be.
Yeah, I don't have any
part,
control
really.
over any of this stuff, but whatever.
And by the way, like if anyone's watching this who was on a season that wasn't season 2, I'm not saying that like they seem like fake people or they themselves are fake. It just seems like the producers were pressuring them to say certain things or do certain things that weren't necessarily natural for people who aren't used to being on camera.
Well, they don't.
Being asked to do things.
For me, they never did leading questions. They never led you to something. They always asked open-ended questions. But I think if there's a lot of cameras and you know that it's going to be nationally televised,
I do, dude.
Yeah, you can make choices to lean into something or overdo it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like oversell it or I don't know, just overdo it.
You were in the 2021 COVID season, weren't you?
I was in the COVID lockdown production, yes.
Yes. Okay.
That was
so
brutal.
you probably actually did have different producers.
What was that?
And that would have been a very different relationship with the other Lego Masters then too.
You probably did have different producers for that season.
We had, well, yeah, it depends. Like the handlers, we had one that had been there before, and then we had one that was new. The executive production was still the same people it's always been. And then because we were in Atlanta, I think a lot of the staff was very different. It was a very different studio, very different facility.
That's right, because the first one was in Hollywood, correct?
Yeah, it was in LA. Yeah, not Hollywood, but LA.
Same difference.
Yeah, get it right, Mark.
Yeah, pretty much all the same. Same difference. You're right.
Mm-hmm. So is that jerk Emilio one of the producers?
Oh my god, I love him so much.
Who's Emilio?
Okay, perfect. Good, you don't know because he's a jerk.
No, so he
don't-
so
I
the
don't know who that
season
is.
so in season 2 he was like he was a prop master or something like that. He was very low on the production like team, and everybody was being isolated. So what he did probably wasn't. You probably didn't
known.
run into him. So
I think he did a lot of the picking the bricks that went in the brick pits.
exactly, he set up the organization system. And
okay.
because somebody on another reality TV show that he was working on the crew for noticed he had a Lego tattoo, and when they got put on Lego Masters, they were like, I know a guy with a Lego tattoo. He knows stuff about Lego. And so now he's Ben, what is he now? He
I'm
is
not
a
sure. He's
he's
up
a
there.
challenge producer.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, right?
Those guys are cruel, by the way. The challenges that they throw at us are brutal.
He's so sweet. Like what a very unassuming sort of like
Giant jerk.
Hollywood guy. Right.
Yeah, giant jerk.
What an unassuming giant jerk. I've only seen one episode of season 5. And again, I'm just going to prove my point here. Like the entire, like, let's watch the same footage of 2 stormtroopers on the staircase and putting different dialogue over it. And like the entire, like, we broke the clock. Like it's supposed to, like, it's insulting even children's intelligence with some of the
Children
jokes.
have
and given.
intelligence?
All right,
Ben, you're getting into Kevin mode here.
Jesus.
What?
Dial it back.
Okay.
Don't be a Kevin. Nobody wants that.
Don't
That
go
was not my
full
style of humor.
don't go full Reddit on me with the negativity here, guys. That was a joke, as we were making memes
Fine.
about the show.
Oh, thank you. I was worried that I got to Reddit negativity, and I was like, uh-oh.
No. So one of
Photo's
the jokes.
protecting his
one-
reputation.
Yes.
No,
you
one of the
did.
jokes I made to the cast was they were talking about social media. You know, once the show airs, you know what social media should engage on, whatever. And I made a Lion King meme saying, "Oh, you know, there's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's this, that, and the other." And somebody asked, "What's over there in the dark?" And he goes, "That's Reddit. We never talk about that." Because if you go on Reddit, it's just like hateful, like hate the show, hate Will Arnett, hate this. These people can't bell. Their bells look awful. I mean, it's just nonstop
Oh.
hate.
So there is someone else from
Yeah, Ben Brickson, he's on the show.
What?
Brady
what team
Joyner,
is that?
Justin's on. Ben and he has a muscly
So-
brother.
I'm very wrong then. Shoot.
Muscly brother.
Yeah, Ben Brickson. He's been doing really well. Justin, he's normally at Brickworld, I thought, but maybe not. Maybe I haven't confused someone else because he
No.
was at the
You're-
Denver show.
Yeah,
You're
Reed,
probably
you just
right.
dropped on us.
What?
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, now we can say bad things about Mark.
Well, that's
Oh,
easy.
I do that all the time. Whether
Is
you're
that
here.
too easy?
Yeah, it's too easy. He hates the community. He doesn't run Brickworld for the fans. What else can we say about Mark? Never puts in enough effort. He speaks too fast on the PA system. Um,
You know what I like about Mark the most, though?
What?
He always has a lot of energy. And he's never exhausted by the end of the show.
That's true. I mean, he
Poor kid.
probably is exhausted, but he definitely still keeps his energy up.
No, I'm making fun of the fact that he's like almost hallucinating by the time
Pretty
the
close.
show ends because
Pretty close.
he's so exhausted.
hmm
I don't think anyone will ever beat the hallucination I had when I read the grand prize winner that one year. Was anyone there for that?
Probably
No,
not. No.
what's the story?
Oh, I drew out the grand prize winner, which was this had to be about 2017, and it was a full set of all the new Batman sets that had just come out,
Okay.
and
I like where
I-
this is going so far.
huh?
And I like where this is going so far.
I pulled the name out, and the name I pulled out said Chad Phillips. but in my mind it said Chris Phipson. And so I announced Chris Phipson, and Phipson's all excited and running up, and I looked at the thing, and oh wait, I mean Chad Phillips.
No, he's
Oh.
like almost at the stage. Like this is someone. This is how you know Brian Bonahum is an engineer and has no media training. Like the word comes out of your mouth, you stick to it. But he's also exhausted at that point, so he's like, no, I've got to correct this because it's not fair. Chris Phipson was walking up the stairs to the stage to accept his.
Well, the funniest part, Chris and I are pretty close, and Chris thought I just did it to screw with him, which was the best part. He thought I was just screwing with him when I read it that way. And
I'm sure he loved it. I'm sure he loved every moment of it.
Chad was really cool though. Chad let Chris pick one of the sets and take it. So that was my gap.
So you had your own La La Land moment.
I did.
Imogene Rigney is my favorite.
Oh, that's right. No, well, Mark.
Imagine.
No. My favorite is when you messed up Dana and everybody said, it's not Dana, it's Zool. They're doing the Ghostbusters thing. And then you called him Dana Zool as his name because you were so exhausted you didn't realize we were doing Ghostbusters lines.
Mark did that or I did that?
Mark did that.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, don't do that to me. Don't accept. I was like, some people are saying stuff. I don't know why. Dana Zool, congratulations. I don't care.
No, you were saying you said Dana, but then you started messing up his name, and everybody's going, "There is no Dana. There's only Zool." We were like shouting it, and he goes, "Oh, so it's Dana Zool? Dana Zool, you're congratulations!" And then and now we call him every once in a while. Trouble's breaking.
Oh no!
We'll call him Dana Zool.
Well, he's got to get that naturally. I mean, Dana's not that common of a name.
We just call him Dana Zool now every once in a while, just because it's so damn funny.
In the very first year of Brickworld, when I announced the winner of the best vignette.
Oh, we did that with the trophy plates. Vinjet was what it was on the nomination and award trophies 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, it's just misspelled.
Yes. Yeah, totally.
Oh, jeez.
When did I do this? I literally just found. Oh, that's okay. It's just sitting there. I'm like, I literally.
But Mark, you know that because it's a misprint, it's worth more now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hey, Mark. Speaking of trophy plates.
Yeah, hi. What's up?
I gave the ones that were trashed to Jay Tipton because he had access to a laser. And he just sent me some pictures. He cut them tonight. Looks like he's got a laser that'll do the job right.
Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
Laser.
Well, can he do some in a week? Because we did have a. I sent it off to be proofread by the awards coordinators, and there were some changes made after I sent it off to be proofread by Melanie and Joe Ellen. So there were some missing. So I need some more cuts.
Send them to Auburn, just so they're all the same. Jay only had access to the Placer tonight. He won't have access to it again for another couple of weeks, probably.
Hey, Nikki Malone Daniels is here. Is Critical Bricks over?
Hey, Nikki.
I don't think so. Oh, she won't be able to hear us.
I won't be able to hear any of you playing D&D.
She's playing.
Oh, she's still, yeah.
So
I love that they're all side texting the chat here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Nikki, if you're actually watching, which you probably aren't, D&D Dragon action.
She can't hear anybody though.
I know, but she can look.
There, she can see that.
Yeah. Hot dragon action. It's the only kind of action that dragon should have, unless it's an ice dragon.
Cold dragon action is not as exciting at all.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
No, yes. Yeah, that is who I meant.
She saw the dragon head. Look.
Oh, thank
Very
you.
good, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, she saw it.
Those darn award coordinators.
They're the worst.
You really are.
Yeah.
I mean, I think part of the problem, right, is that it's a completely thankful job, and everyone does nothing but say nice things about what a good job they do.
Oh my
True.
god! Don't get me
Awards
started.
are universally liked.
Yeah. Nobody ever says that should have happened or this should have happened. They just say, "Oh, I understand. There are a lot of good builds, and sometimes people have different opinions on things." That's what everyone says. They're universally good at that.
Obviously,
No one
why
gets
even
to-
mention it?
With
On
their
the
luck
topic
dates
of-
about why they didn't get nominated for awards either.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
No one ever asks.
The awards are universally coveted and despised.
Yeah.
Look,
If it wasn't for Mark, the awards would have been gone before I ever sold the company. Mark talked me out of different awards.
That was nice of you,
They're a
Mark.
necessary evil.
Yeah, and I have a ton of brick sitting in my storage unit that we have to build trophies out of. I'm like, damn it!
I can only speak for myself when I was judging categories.
Yeah.
That I would spend 2 hours going through the hall. I would take photographs of something that would catch my eye within that category. I would go back and take another 30 minutes going through every photograph and all my notes that I hand wrote. I'd take a clipboard around.
Love this, yes.
And then, and after collaborating with the other judges who were with me and kind of like whatever, in isolation, I put
Yes.
forward my recommendations.
Mhm.
And I took it very seriously, and that's why I took like 2 to 3 hours, sometimes going,
Yeah.
I'd walk the hall a second time to make sure before I finalized. So
There's
it wasn't
no
like,
doubt, Moto, that judges all take their job seriously. I really do think they do. But
Yeah.
there's no way to do it so everyone's happy.
Forgive me,
Yeah.
Brian. I
Well-
want to hear Moto get to the end of the story. This is very important.
no, that was it. It's just that's the
Yeah.
way I behaved as a judge. And yeah, if someone was
So-
really pissed off that they didn't get nominated, I could go through and talk about what I look for when I'm judging, and maybe you're not building to the same parameters
Right.
or
Well,
processes
and there's
that I was
always
thinking
stuff
through.
that'll fall through the cracks where it's like, yeah,
100%.
I mean, because if we get done in 3 hours, we're lucky with my group, and it's like,
Yep.
you're always going to miss stuff, right? Or it's like, oh, okay,
Always.
that's not our category. Oh, it turns out that this part of it was, or you missed that, or yeah.
I take exception to that though, Kevin, in that you'll quote unquote miss stuff. Yeah, there's great things there that like you might not see, but the things that like catch your eye are kind of always the things that like come in. So like to the nominations, and you see it in all the stuff that's posted from Brickworld. You see it in all the stuff that you walk around yourself, take pictures of. It's kind of like we get kind of an accusation a lot that it's like they're picking their favorites, and so like Moto, what you said to me speaks volumes, because that's how it was for us before we added multiple awards coordinators. Was like the one awards coordinator. I think at one point Brian made it 2. That would just like look for judges and ask them to go around and judge every category. And it took an entire day. It took an entire convention day for one person to go around and be a judge to try and hit every category. And so they really had to get to know people. They really had to ask questions. They really had to look for stuff. And so now we're putting it down to judges who like know the categories, know where they are, like know how to like identify them. And seriously, there were so many times where I would find a creation, look at the mock card, and be like, oh, it's, for example, I'll do it this way. For example, oh, it's Derek Duclevland. I know Derek Duclevland. I didn't realize this was his model. And like we get accusations all the time that it's like favoritism. Like people are honestly, that's why I have these people in this position. I trust them to go out there and find the best models. That's why they are the group that they are. That's why it's such a small group, because there's a small group of people that I know well enough and trust enough to do it this way.
Well, yeah, and then there was also the complaint, someone was saying, well, it's so hard to get a nomination because you have all these Lego masters, who are mock builders at this convention.
No,
And
that's not
and
the
this
case at
and the other,
all.
But no, my point was, well, yeah, because casting's going out and they're trying to find talent. Those Venn diagrams are going to intersect.
Yeah.
It's not that the Lego Masters are getting awards because they're Lego Masters. It's that they were probably getting awards before the show, and they probably made it onto the show.
Well, here's the thing.
It was I don't know. I don't. So
It's the hardest part of
You're right.
this.
There's no great way to cut it, but at least people are taking it seriously from what I saw.
Oh, 100%.
The bottom line is people are going to complain no matter what you do. I mean, people used to come and complain that we always gave Steve Hassenplug a bunch of awards every year. And it's like, we aren't giving him awards. He's winning competitions. What would you like?
These are timed competitions, or like some other sort of like, he lifted the most weight with his sumo robot or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it for me, I get it, because it like people are passionate about this, and they want recognition. But like, that's why we put the people in place who are there. So like, I am 100% about equity, and really want this to be like an inclusive, equitable space for all Lego builders. But when I get a complaint that says like, your awards coordinators aren't giving women enough nominations, or XYZ, at name any other sort of like category that is often marginalized, I'm like, no, our coordinators are looking at the creations. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to go on the other end of it and be like, we don't have enough women in these categories. We are looking at the creations, and that's what everyone in this group does. And I know this. I've sat in those meetings. I've worked with them. Like, this is what we're about. We're about the community as a whole.
Well,
and like,
look,
looking directly at the creation. Sorry, go ahead, Moto.
well, okay, I've got one nomination and one Bricky, and I've been going for years, and I usually don't get a nomination for the convention at all. That's not my purpose for building. Like, if you are building, if your impetus for building at a convention is to win an award, your incentive's kind of like in the wrong. Your mindset seems to be in the wrong direction. Like, to me, I build because I love people liking what they see and they gauge, and I get tokens. That's cool, but my purpose for building is one more of self-fulfillment and chilling out and being creative, and then if people like it, that's cool. But I'm not building for an award. I'm building for the craft of it, and because I love the convention and the people I get to hang out with.
And people are going to enjoy your creation.
Well, even if they didn't, I'd still probably be building. 'Cause I'm not,
Fair enough.
That's
no, I mean,
but you build it for people to enjoy. You don't build it to win awards.
Being about
I
the
build it, and
interaction.
then I like sharing it with people, and if people like it, that's
exactly.
cool. If they don't like it, at least I got done with something that I thought was cool, and I'm constantly trying to push myself further, or
It's
push
the
the Lego
interaction.
system further.
It's the interaction, the experience that we're trying to create for people. Not like, we can't control the recognition. That's why it's set up the way it is. We don't have control over it. We're not controlling it. So to be accused of that constantly is kind of is something that we try to be transparent about, something that we try to work on every year. And yeah, there's always going to be some sort of hiccup. Like I don't know, they're going to see something odd in the nominations, in the award giving, that is like, the awards team talked about this specifically and how to handle it, and came up with a very, very the awards coordinators have the least sleep out of anybody at the convention, even me, because they are up all night, not only like with logistics, putting out the nomination trophy, like putting out the nomination flags, putting out the awards and nomination trophies on Saturday night after World of Lights.
Yep.
Like, they are very invested. These are people I trust to be invested in making everything very fair. So it's kind of like, I would love to sit you down with all and Brian, I don't know how this worked for you because you owned it from the beginning. But it's like I was an attendee for a long time, and then I ended up on staff, and I was a coordinator. I had several coordinator roles over the years. I think at one point I had 3 different coordinator roles. It was artwork, program, mock cards, and then I was marketing. You brought me in as a marketing employee at some point. It's like my journey as a Brickworld attendee has gone from like attendee to employee to owner. It's kind of like the way I have to deal with people has been like I'm everybody's friend at the beginning. Now I have to like kind of clap back at people about things. It's painful to have to do so, and I understand what like people's concerns are about things, and I try to do my best to like make sure people are heard. I always do my best to make sure people are heard, and everyone's feelings are valid. Whatever anyone's going through is absolutely 100%. When they say they feel a certain way, I 100% believe them. And just trying to like work through all of that, it proves to me that I am dedicated to being part of the community and making sure that we are building up the community, because I will invest myself in every one of those conversations, but they get longer and sometimes louder and take up more time as my role has shifted.
Yeah,
So
I
nice
think you're
way
doing
for
a
me
good
to say
job.
it.
The
Thank
simple
you.
thing is when I look at the award ceremony, I think I'm fairly skilled. I'll just start with that. I think I'm a fairly decent, good builder, right? My stuff is pretty good.
Can't deny you
But
that.
when I don't win and I look at who won, I can easily say, yeah, I get it. That person beat me head to head.
Hi.
And it makes sense. And I'm like fine with it because I'm like, great, someone else outbuilt me. That's cool.
Yeah.
For whatever reason usually it's because they had a better idea, a better story, something more clever, some little twist I never would have thought of. There's guys like Jake Sadovich where he doesn't just execute something, he outthinks it. He just outthinks he just comes up with a great concept and then he'll execute it really well. And I think people lose fact, they lose perspective on judging is not about your technical ability or how beautiful the mall is or aesthetics. It is about a more comprehensive view of the pieces on the floor.
I have always said the idea and the envisioning of the mock is the most difficult thing.
No shit. Yeah.
Or or straight up someone has a better idea, or they just built better, or they had a better collab, or something was in the water that year, or because you never know what anybody's going to bring. That's the beauty of it. It's just completely unexpected. So this stuff show up and it's all great. And instead of being all pissy, I just celebrate the fact that someone's an incredible builder and they got an award and they got recognized. I mean, that's kind of the headspace I go in with. But
2 of my favorite things to see every year are the youth and teen creation awards, because like
I was a judge on that, and that was my favorite category. I would be a judge for youth and KFOL and TFOL again. That is it's hard work, but
it is.
Those are people who really appreciate it when they get an award. They flip out, and it's so wonderful.
And you have to look very closely. If you're that judge, you have to look at the mock card to see the 8. Like you have to go in with a spreadsheet to see like where are they in the first place, because some of these builders are like, they're very young, but they're amazing. And so when you look at the category at the end of the day, you're like, this is the youth category. They're building better than some adults. Like it's very cool to see like that people have the confidence and the creativity to compete in some of these categories and be proud for them. Like they accomplished something. It's kind of like yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I love the category because the kids coming up now, if they stick with it, they're going to clock all the old guys like me out of the park every single time. But we need that. We need constantly new innovation and fresh minds and fresh sets of eyes and fresh hands coming in. And otherwise, you have a hobby that just ages out, declines, and then nobody wants to do it anymore. It kind of implodes,
Yes, and with that in mind, I have a question for Brian.
Uh-oh.
not on your age, but just on like the age of power functions, gears, like the entire like the robotics competitions without Mindstorms. I always worry that we're not going to have this sort of like engineering part of it, and like and appeal to these Lego fans that are like want to engineer stuff and motorize stuff and program stuff. How do you think we're going to do this going forward? Because I worry about it all the time, like losing that aspect of the show.
I don't have an answer.
Right?
I mean, the GBC carries a lot of that. Doing the competitions we're doing this year, where people are driving the robots, it's just not relying on programming. And relying on programming for the Mindstorm stuff has always been a problem. I used to piss off Lego because I'm one of their Mindstorm developer panel people from the beginning, and
Yeah.
and when a parent would say, "Oh, should I get my kid a Mindstorms?" My first answer is a question: does your kid want to program? Because otherwise, he's going to build it and then stare at it, because it ain't going to do anything until you program it.
Mm-hmm.
So if he doesn't like to program, your better bet is to get something remote control. And they never liked that answer, but it was the truth.
Right?
Because I couldn't tell you how many parents have told me they bought a Mindstorms kit and all it is under the kid's bed collecting dust.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know how to program it and didn't want to learn. So I don't think getting rid of the programming aspect of the stuff is going to hurt anything.
You guys haven't transitioned to Spike? Or any of
You
the-
still have to program a spike.
Yeah, but it's just drag and drop, and you can share it a lot easier.
So was Mindstorms. I mean, it's you want a program or you don't. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not everyday person wants to program anything.
Yeah.
And can understand and how to create the logic or whatever to make it do anything useful. In Spike, it'd be real easy to drag a motor block and make two motors drive so it drives forward. But to start incorporating sensors and responses to sensors and all that is where it gets complicated, and that's where we lose them.
It's been interesting watching the evolution of Brickworld, because it started with a group of basically engineers that were all part of developing Mindstorms.
Yeah, about
I didn't know that.
Six of the original 12 people were Mindstorms people.
And when Lego developed that, they pulled in real programmers, real engineers to like figure out exactly how to create that product. So Brian, we have two groups coming from Lego this year. We have the Ninjago group, we have Lego House. So that's three. Ninjago, Lego group, Lego House, and Bricklink Designer Program. And it's more involvement than there's been in a long time. So my week has been receiving shipments for their booths, because they're shipping like backdrops and banners and elements for their like interactives to my storage unit. And they're doing a lot of like, there's a make and take, and there's doing giveaways, and so they're shipping me like the product and like the booth, and like I haven't had that since I bought the company from you, because they were.
I say they hadn't done that. They hadn't done that with us for a good since probably 2015 or 14.
Well, I remember like it was 2012, 2011. The last time I remember you having their presence at the show where they were bringing product.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, well, and before that, heck, back in the early days of the show, they would bring in a whole bunch of.
They're like 25 sets. Reps. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd bring a whole bunch of sets. They'd have a 20 by 20 booth, and they'd have the AFOLs sit around and build all the sets to show off for the weekend for the kids. Lego used to be a lot more involved. And
they're getting involved again.
Well, good.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, very much so. And it's fun because, like, for me, they made, like, I'll say this, and maybe we should be offline for this, but I'll go ahead and say it.
No,
Um,
don't disclose anything you can't say, man. Don't do that.
No, this is not in an NDA. Brian, I'll say it this way. They've asked several questions about what they should do, and I've been like, oh, what you're suggesting will create a stampede. So I'm like,
wow.
okay. So they're on the marketing side, but they're like they don't have event experience. So I'm like, let's do it this way instead. And like they're very receptive, and it's been
Yeah, they're looking for help because we're supposedly the experts.
and that's what's been very positive is they're like we're told this is the place to go to try this thing out, to see the most public, to see the most AFOLs, and that builds my confidence for sure.
Well, you know what Kim Thompson told me when he came over to Brickworld.
Oh, I love him so much.
But you
I
remember
love Kim Thompson so much. I don't remember.
Okay, it was his first time. It was literally his first time in the United States.
Yeah,
And
I
I
was there
said,
that year.
I said,
2013, 2014?
Maybe 2017 or 18 when he was there.
Was it that late? Okay.
Yeah, but I said, well, I'm honored that you came to Brickworld. And he goes, oh, Brickworld's the reason I came. He said, it's on every European's bucket list. I was like,
Dear Lord,
sweet.
Wow.
Man.
You guys are highfalutin.
Well, and I think that
Knock on wood.
I've heard from multiple people that Brickworld's just better overall because of the way of the non-public days, the way it's run, the way in general, it's just a different experience than some of the other big US cons.
Well, I've also heard people who like a smaller show.
Yeah, some people do,
Brickworld's
but
a little too big, so
No, I
get
you
do.
always get a few of those.
we're not
Look.
going to downsize. So for those
No,
people, please absolutely go to another show.
Yeah, I tell people, look, Brickworld is like the Super Bowl. Okay, you're gonna go in, it's gonna blow you away because it's just massive. But if you like, what I do is I do the medium brick slopes, medium size, much smaller event, much more personal, much more intimate.
Yeah.
But Brickworld is like the full blown gamut of this best. I mean, you have some of the best builders in the damn world showing up.
Yeah.
But their work is pretty mind blowing. So it's kind of like that Big Ten affair, that big.
Well, my favorite Brickworld was when Brickworld was intimate. Like, and I'm not ripping on my own brand right now.
Yeah. Well, you're allowed to.
Those were the days. Like that. Like Brian. Like 2008, 2009. Like when you'd actually go through and talk to everybody, like and know everybody and know everyone's name. And see everyone's creation and like really just like kind of chill and like be intimate in that way before the click started in 2009, 2010 and like things got a little like spread out. Like I do remember those days fondly.
Yeah, I would point out that there were clicks at the beginning, and I will name a person, Fradel. Had his click. Remember, they always used to want to put a hole in the middle of their tables, and they moved the tables into the aisle and made it so they'd have a place to hide from the public.
I'll say no comment.
Used to piss me off.
Jesus, that sounds weird.
But there are all of the other shows are the intimate shows to go to, right? I mean, if you're going to Brick Slope's a more intimate show. If you're going to, Brickworld Milwaukee was a more intimate show.
Hell yeah.
But it wasn't a convention.
Yes.
But I will say, Brian, that is the one expo where people like hung out in the hall after the expo hours were done. That was the most activity we had in the hall outside of public hours of any expo. Well, with the exception of before I bought it, when the requirements were different for like Lego support, where you had like more presentations and workshops for indie. Indie used to be that way, for sure. But like Milwaukee, to me, was like I 100% agree with Kevin. It's like that's a group of people. There's like 4 lugs now. Is it 4 now, Kevin? And they all really enjoy being around each other.
Yep. So
yeah, the only problem with Milwaukee is those jerks Philip and Maria were there.
I didn't know you were still here.
Yeah. I guess I gotta Yeah, like I said, I started this whole nonsense by joking that it was such a thankful job to be an awards judge.
I had to
But-
do Star Wars one year, dude. Do you know?
Oh man, yeah, and I bet 13 people said thank you, right? Because they just appreciated all the hard work you put into it.
I've never talked about it until now. That's how little I wanted to ever say. Because the
Yeah.
minute they
we
find
almost-
out you're a Star Wars judge, it's just like
We almost put you into
pressure.
witness protection.
I know that category is a tough one to judge.
Lou,
Kevin,
what Lou said. Get Lou's comment up here.
hey, Lego Team B is on,
Yeah,
and they
Yes.
just
He's in
landed in
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Kevin, what are you
fantastic.
doing? What are you doing?
Who's Lego Team B?
that would be
Oh.
Chris
Oh.
and Debs
My God.
from Australia. Do you remember last year they had a Ninjago display with a bunch of motion in it? You'd push some buttons and then stuff would move around the
Oh.
display.
Yep.
That's
I'm
Chris and
excited
Debs.
for Lego Team B.
Them. Hey, Kevin, can you bring up Lou's latest comment?
And
And then
Lou
Lou's,
as well. Yeah.
9th year attending, which I will say is longer than the comedy show's been around. So Lou's been sneaking in even before we had the comedy show.
Oh, Lou, yes.
Lulu.
Yes.
Oh,
It's been to
Lulu,
several
Oh,
different conventions. And
I have
Brickworld
to
is
put
the
my
gold
glasses
standard.
on.
who is
am
not a
looking for-
poser. Moto
I
loves
know.
Lou.
I'm
No.
looking forward to that comedy show again. I love that show.
Yeah. And Lou would come down after, he just
So-
walked through the hall. He's wearing a Lego shirt. Like, this guy's legit. Like, don't
No, I gotta.
pretend.
One
you
of
know.
the
So-
things that I do
So
love
you
about
like Lou, Z? That's what you're saying?
Lou's a big jerk.
Logan.
Every time I've talked to him, he hasn't been personable and he's been very standoffish.
He's
So
so
he's not-
negative.
he's not a
so
nice
negative,
guy.
Well,
right?
he's so not.
You guys are heckling a professional comedian.
I know. I'm
That's
going
because
to
he
pay for
can't
it.
talk
Don't
right
worry
here.
about it. But yeah,
should
so
not-
Lou's
you
totally
should not-
legit.
You should not heckle a professional comedian.
Oh no, he needs that.
Unless,
Well,
unless,
I'm
it's,
ready.
Hey,
unless
hey,
it's Will Arnett.
I need it.
I heckled
He's
Will
gonna get
Arnett,
me.
and he was kind enough to give me a little lip back. But
y'all. Hey, listen to me right now.
no,
Let-
Mark, I was
let-
gonna.
Let Ben cook. Let Ben
Ben
heckle Lou all he wants.
Yeah. No, I was gonna
Yeah,
I
tell
want
you
to see
guys.
this.
Let me
One
get
of
my
the
medicine
reasons-
finally.
One of the reasons that Chicago has,
Yes. Sorry.
is different in my mind than all the other conventions is you guys are able to leverage your scale to do things that no other convention can do. So the Fold playing, like having the Fold come and play a concert,
Ooh,
having
Moto.
the
Moto,
Well, I
they're
know
not going to
not-
be there this year.
no, I know not this year. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay,
about
okay,
the last
okay.
couple of
Sorry.
years.
Sorry.
Or having the comedy show. There's no other convention that has
Nothing compares.
You
That
want to
has
know
that-
what that is?
that
That's
kind of-
Nothing
that stuff.
compares.
that's my
Super
dumbass.
Bowl.
Shut up, Kevin.
Yeah.
That's my dumbass not being able to say no to anybody. But that's the point of the show, and that's how Brian set it up. Is that it's run by Aples
The
for
show is your
Aples.
Hey, I do have to go because I'm exhausted, but I do have an idea, Mark, that I've never been able to get your time and attention. So if you have a handy piece of paper ready, I do have an idea for you.
You
Or
see,
notes on the computer.
What's the idea? What's the idea?
So because there are so many tokens given out now that
Oh,
it's
we're working on
important-
this. Yes.
so last year I asked and
Are
through the
you?
forum.
By the way, are you on Brickworld's Discord?
No.
Okay. There's been a big discussion about this year.
I was saying if you can register a mock, you should be able to register a token with a photograph. So there's a database and you can look up your token and know who it came from. That's all
We're
I'm saying.
working. Yeah, we're working on that.
Good. Thank you.
and that's-
David has nothing
You're
else
welcome.
to work on.
Right. Exactly. Let's see. Hold on. Brickworld, 2025 Chicago. So the thing for me is like what people have expressed to us this year. Is that some people don't want all of those tokens on their displays. I think the
Okay.
Is some people being generous? A few people?
yes.
Or,
So we're going to we're going to offer tent cards at registration. If you don't want tokens on your displays, you can put up a red flag. It's just going to be a red flag.
Red
It
flag
says,
indeed.
I think it should be this.
Yeah.
I do too, but I think that should be on the. I think that should be on the back of the card.
Look, I have no skin. I have no skin in the game on what you have to deal with as far as the rules and equity and all of that infrastructure you're building out for this.
Dad,
But
I will take them all.
I just thought you should have a token registry because I do receive a lot of
I
tokens.
love that
and
idea. I love
I
it.
have a hard time figuring out where some of these came from. They're really obscure. Some of them
David's
are really
al-
obvious, but a lot of them are
Dave-
kind of tough.
David Turner has already dedicated himself to doing this. We've worked him to the core this year. We replaced the old Brickworld website, which was the brainchild of Brian Bond, which he worked so hard on, and we took all of the back end off of Brickworld altogether and put them through other softwares. And it's just like there are so many people who love this community so much. And we will get to that. But if you really don't want those on your display, one of the big problems
Send them my way. I'll take them.
one of the big problems we actually had last year is like we had somebody stealing stuff from people's displays, and it got to the point where like the public saw all the tokens and saw them so like familiarly like had so much familiarity with them, they saw them enough that they thought that it was a freebie, that they could just take them.
No. Okay.
So we're putting that in the video wall. We're putting that on signage explaining what tokens are. So hopefully we won't run into that. But like the more you try to tell people stuff, the less they listen. So who knows?
No, look. I love the fact that tokens have become so popular that we have to address it.
Me too.
Okay, so it's a great problem to have. And even I've ordered more of my tokens because I'm almost out. But I love the fact that it's become a thing, right?
I wanted to bring up that you got a bricky. Did you mean, by the way, a brickle?
No. So at Brick Slopes, when I went in,
Your hair is gorgeous. Your hair is
Thanks.
amazing. You're welcome.
No, when I went, so when at
Oh, it's a
Brick Slopes,
bricky.
no.
Oh,
So this is a Slopey from Brick Slopes. And
Slopey? What is going on?
Yeah, Slopey.
As opposed to a sloppy, but whatever.
Thank you.
Brian.
You guys should
No,
not
but-
be bringing up these names to.
But no,
Yeah.
I call them a bricky because they're a Brickworld brick.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So I give silly little names to every type of award at different conventions. But yeah, I
You
call
got
these
nothing
the
on
brickies.
Sean the right way, man.
No, I call these the brickies because they're bricks.
Since Moto's waving those around, I want to give credit for the design of those. I didn't come up with that. Matt Delanoy came up with that
Oh,
concept.
did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
they're
did
cool.
not know that. I had no idea actually till just now that Matt Delanoy did that. I thought it was you doing your engineering thing with like 1x1, 2x2.
I came up with the 1x2.
4x2.
I came up with the 1x2, but Matt came up with the 1x1, and then the bigger is like, oh, we got a system now that's freaking brilliant. Yeah. No,
I
it's.
wish they weren't red. That's all I have to say. It's
You know why they're red?
easiest
Because that's
part
the
to
colors
order.
you get the freaking parts in.
Yeah, but no. Sorry, I called the awards at Chicago
Apologize.
brickies because they look like bricks, and then I call the ones from Brick Slope Slopies, and the ones at Rodeo I never won an award there, so I don't have to make up a name for it yet.
You
But-
call them roadies.
Bullies.
Roadies.
yeah,
If you don't win them,
Anyway.
you can at least carry the band's stuff around.
That's right.
Yeah.
And play the loadout.
yeah.
Hey Ben.
Hey, what?
If
you go, that Brick Dad, that is-
Yes, Brick Dad. I'm not going to post it.
We're not going to highlight that comment. Oof.
Slopey seconds.
A wise man once said about Mark, you think he drinks water like a great white shark. About every 60 minutes, he's got to go.
Yeah, well. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. I wish I was
Yeah,
awake. I could stay
This is the
awake
longest
longer.
I've ever seen you on here, Moto. Thanks.
I'm barely surviving. But
All
I
right.
Good
finished
night,
this.
Moto. We'll see you in a couple weeks, brother.
Yeah,
we will.
and you'll see the new build. I can't wait for you guys to see the final version of this thing and a couple other things I'm cooking up.
Meow.
Meow.
Looking forward to it.
I'm Moto.
Peace out.
So I will say it took Reed a while to understand when I was trolling him. I think it's going to take Moto a little while too, but he'll get there. He'll know I'm trolling him, and he'll be on board eventually.
Yeah.
Right now, he just doesn't know when I'm not being serious. So,
Wait, you're not being
Don't
serious?
call me Shirley.
really? No, I was being pretty serious when I said I hated Philip and Maria, and I hated Ted, and that Moto was on my list. I was pretty serious when I said, all the stuff about the stuff I heard from Lou's family, all that stuff. Very serious about it.
Well, I didn't hear it from his whole family. I just heard it from his mother.
Oh, ooh, yeah. Well, if you're gonna hear it from someone, you might as well hear it straight from the source.
So, okay, Mark, there's got to be a story there. I've never seen that picture you have up behind you there with you and the dogs and
What?
the Brickworld logo.
Well, so you don't watch the live stream then, do you?
I don't.
Thank you for your support.
We appreciate
Welcome. You know why I
So-
don't watch the live stream?
Yeah.
Because I'm always in the damn car driving somewhere.
So on Sunday evenings,
Yeah. We're usually coming home from an event. We've been for the last 2 months.
so that manifested itself out of a portal to hell. Or
It needs a bald guy in there with you then, because Matt's in there with you.
no, he's not. Where's
There's no
Matt?
point in that picture.
No, and he should be in the picture. I'm saying you need a bald guy in the picture. 'Cause he's in
Oh,
the
okay.
portal from hell with you.
So, is he? Why?
You're married to him
Oh, I see.
by guilt by association.
So, V Mac Attack painted this for me.
Okay, nice. I didn't realize Vince painted.
Yeah, and
I mean,
so
if you
it's
call that a painting,
Wow.
Have you met Vince, Ben?
oh yes.
No, he
That
knows
is
him
why I
very
was
well.
saying that.
He's
Yes.
a very tall guy with very broad shoulders.
Yes. Here's the thing. I'm only
Ben-
saying what Vince would say himself.
Ben is not afraid.
We love Vince.
No, Vince is
So does Ben.
a hilarious guy.
He's our
Um,
president
just-
emeritus at Fort Lug.
Oh, is he emeritus already?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're in Pork Lug?
Fort.
Oh, Fort Lug. That's not as exciting.
Not the Devil's Tail.
Pork Lug.
Pork? Did you say pork or fork?
I said Pork Lug. I thought Brian's in Pork Lug. That'd be awesome.
That would make me living in Pork Wayne.
Mmm.
Yummy.
Oink, oink.
See, Fort Lug is one of my problems from Brickworld. Fort Lug exists because of Brickworld.
Really? Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, no, they were just
Yeah, no.
there were some adults in Fort Wayne that weren't all connected, and we started doing the show up here, and they all started to meet each other, and they said, hey, how do we make a lug? And I actually had Kevin Hinkle come in one year and give him a presentation. That was in like 2014, and they started up a lug, and here onward they go. So
Before Kevin
Had
hated
Kevin
Lego.
Hinkle come in.
Yeah, Hinkle's often on here, but not today.
I wish I had the power to have people come in. That's not been my lot in life since
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I had.
suffering.
That was misrepresentation. I invited
Okay.
Kevin to come talk to them about it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And he happened to also be interested in coming to one of our expos to see what we did at the expos.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
it made a good opportunity for him.
Oh, shit. All right, this is the time of Friday evening where I realize there's one big thing I haven't taken care of that I need to take care of today.
Does that
Okay,
happen every Friday evening?
Yes.
probably happens every evening at this point in time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I should probably get to bed. I got to do lots of building tomorrow morning.
All right, so
I gotta get up, train the dogs, and then drive to Michigan for a dog competition tomorrow. Woohoo!
yay! Woo! All right, so we're ending this, right?
Yeah, thank you for joining.
Thanks, everybody.
It's been a very enjoyable
Hopefully
stream.
see
Thank you all in the chat.
Chicago in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A
I
couple
love
weeks.
all of you.
Johnny G, fly over.
I love all of you except
even a
Lego
couple
Team B and Johnny G
What about
and
Lou?
Zizu and Pandemonious Panda
Don't
and
you say it.
Fox and Brick Dead Builds and VMAC Attack and Jazzy. I do love Jazzy though.
Is
There we
Vince
go.
on there?
Thank you. If you had said Jazzy Viking Bricks, I'd have been like, "We're done, Ben. We're done."
No, I do love Jazzy, of course.
Of course.
All right, good
everybody
night,
else,
all.
though, I
I'm
hate
just
you all. I hope not to see you at Brickworld.
Then I won't get you a mug next year, like I did. Or
What?
whatever it was I got. When he sat in the bar, I missed the coordinator meeting, and I gave him my tumbler last year. Remember that, Mark? No?
No.
Who wants Ben's Tim Tams? Lego Team B.
Sucks.
Dagger to my heart.
No one remembers how nice of a guy I am. They only remember when I'm mean to them. Good night.
All right.
Bye,
Bye, all.
everybody. Bye.
May.